topic, that is Young's double slit experiment, interference. So the very first kind of question what we can expect based on this is about interference. What is interference? If two different waves having amplitudes A1, A2, if they interfere, superimpose with a phase difference phi, the resultant amplitude is A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos pi, where pi is the phase difference. Sometimes to find phase difference they will give path difference. So delta pi equal to 2 pi by lambda times delta x. So from path difference you can find phase difference and you can substitute here. So that for pi equal to 0, pi equal to 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, so on, that is 2n pi, then this is A1 plus A2. Then for pi equal to pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, so on, that is 2n minus 1 pi, then the amplitude is A1 minus A2. This is maximum, this is minimum. And when two waves interfere with any one of these phase differences, then it is called constructive superposition or constructive interference. And if the phase difference is one of these, then it is destructive interference. And if A1 equal to A2, see this is like superposition principle. If A1 equal to A2, then the superposition only we call it as interference. So whether it is superposition or interference, in generally if you consider two intensities, so the intensities are directly proportional to amplitudes. So A1 by A2 whole square. So I maximum and I minimum is proportional to A1 plus A2 by A1 minus A2 whole square. So based on this, the very first kind of questions we can get it. If you take the very first question, that is they have given I1 by I2 equal to 9 by 1, then this is nothing but A1 by A2 whole square. So A1 by A2 you will get it as 3 by 1. Now when I maximum by I minimum if you want to find, then A1 plus A2 by A1 minus A2 whole square. From here A1 is 3A2. So 3A2 plus A2 by 3A2 minus A2 whole square. So 4A2 by 2A2. So 2 square, how much will come? 4. So this kind of simple question they can ask you first possibility, that is about superposition or based on maximum and minimum intensity possible. But if you consider the specially interference, then we are talking like amplitudes are equal, then intensities are equal. Let's take I naught. Then A square equal to A square plus A square plus 2A square cos pi. Then A equal to 2A sin pi by 2. Sorry, cos pi by 2. Then the maximum intensity equal to 4A square cos pi by 2. Sorry, any intensity. Then this 4A square is maximum intensity, that is I maximum cos square pi by 2. Like if you see the Young's double slit experiment where two slits illuminated with a light source, so that light emerges and superimposes, then On the screen placed at a distance capital D, you will see alternate bright and dark fringes. So bright fringe means the intensity is maximum. So dark fringe means the intensity is minimum, almost zero. So here what they can ask you is, from the central position, what is the distance of yn, nth bright fringe or nth dark fringe, so that the path difference from two sources at any point. So one ray is going from here, another ray is going from here, then there is a path difference, and that path difference is yn d by d, where yn is distance of the point from the center, d is the distance between the two slits, capital D distance between slit and screen. So if this becomes n lambda, then bright fringe. If this becomes 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, then it becomes dark fringe. Or you can take it as plus, where n starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. This is what the path difference. Now the distance of nth fringe will become n lambda d by d in case of bright fringe, and 2n plus 1 lambda d by d in case of dark fringe. So based on this, questions can come. Like, let me see. See here, this is the screen, this is the central position. Now here nth bright fringe is formed. So yn, that is n lambda d by d. This is nth bright fringe. Similarly here one more nth bright fringe will be there. This is also yn. Now here somewhere nth dark fringe is forming, and this is yn, and this yn is 2n plus 1 lambda d by 2d. They can ask you the distance between nth bright fringe above and below, or the distance between third bright fringe and fourth dark fringe. Anything they can ask you. Now here also one more thing they will ask you, like first they have used lambda 1 wavelength, then they got from the center at a distance n1 bright fringe, then they have replaced with lambda 2, then at the same point they got n2 bright fringe, then yn equal to yn dash. So n1 lambda 1 by d equal to n2 lambda 2 d by d. So that n1 lambda 1 equal to n2 lambda 2. This is the condition. If at same position the two different wavelengths are forming two different fringes, then the condition is n1 lambda 1 equal to n2 lambda 2. So based on such simple things only questions will be asking. Sometimes they will also ask one thing, that fringe width. What is fringe width? Suppose this is first, let's say second bright fringe, this is third bright fringe, then the distance between the successive bright fringe or dark fringe is called the fringe width, that is lambda d by d. Sometimes they will ask you if the whole setup is immersed in some medium, liquid or something, then lambda changes to lambda by mu. Mu is refractive index, then beta dash will become beta by mu. So like that also they can ask questions. So let us consider 2-3 questions. So here comes the first question. In Young's double slit experiment, D is A by 3 and capital D is 3B. The number of fringes formed in 1 by 3 meter on screen. So here the fringe width equal to lambda d by d. So lambda 3b by a by 3. So 9 lambda b by a. Now on the screen, when you consider a distance of 1 by 3 meter, there are some n number of fringes. One fringe width is beta. Like n fringes are there means the total length should be n times beta, and that should be equal to 1 by 3. Then what is n should be? 1 by 3 beta. Then substitute here. 1 by 3, 9 lambda b by a. So n equal to a by 27 lambda b. So based on the same, that formula based questions only they will ask you. Just you have to remember and you have to understand the question. Now one more question. 10 fringes for lambda 1. Find number of fringes for lambda 2. Means in a field of view particular length, there are 10 fringes for one wavelength. Then what is the number of fringes in the same length? Suppose for first one n1, then n1 beta 1. For the second one n2, then n2 beta 2. Both lengths are same. n1 beta 1 equal to n2 beta 2. Beta equal to what? Lambda d by d. But capital D and small d same for both wavelengths. Therefore, n1 lambda 1 equal to n2 lambda 2. Again, same condition. So this way, based on the same formula, they are asking the question in different manner. So understanding the question is important, then you can do it easily. Now, similarly, let us consider the last question. That is, in Young's double slit experiment, the whole setup immersed in liquid, then what happens to beta? So, lambda decreases. So, beta proportional to lambda. So, what happens? As lambda decreases, beta also decreases. Fringe width decreases. So, fringes comes closer. That is what the thing. So, this way they will ask questions based on Young's double slit experiment and interference. And one more thing, if suppose you consider this is the arrangement, this is one slit, this is another slit. So in the path of one of them, if you introduce a glass sheet of refractive index mu, either here or here. If you introduce here, then the central one shifts upward. If you introduce in this path, the central one shifts downward by some distance. That is called shift. And that shift produced is V by lambda mu minus 1 into T, or capital D by small d mu minus 1 into T. So this is the shift in the fringe position. How much they got shifted when you introduce a mica sheet in the path of either S1 or S2. If two are introduced, suppose, then this will shift upward, this will shift downward. You have to calculate 2. Then 1 minus other. So 1 is shifting up, let's say 10 centimeter. Then another is shifting 5 centimeter down. Then what is the resultant? 10 minus 5, 5 upward. So that way you can calculate the shift in the fringe pattern. So based on this simple formula based questions, you please try to practice. So remember the formula without any confusion and try to calculate without any mistake. Then you will get full marks. So this is all about Young's double slit experiment and interference. So based on that, how the questions will come. Hope you all understood. Thank you.